Kills, we'll start with you because you're pretty excited about this Chepstow card,
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
you?
massively excited about Chepstow, but I haven't quite finished at Newmarket.
Okay, well, whichever order you want to do it, mate, far away.
We'll just wrap up Newmarket. The nursery at 4:15, I just think this Mick Shannon's Max Sub's been crying out to go back to 7 furlongs. He was 5th last time to Rastrelli, who's in the Zetland tomorrow, and I think Oisin Murphy will get a good tune out of him from stall 1. In the 4:50, I was really keen on backing Spiritual Lady when she was entered at I think it was Doncaster last time, and she didn't run. She finished last on a long-awaited return first time out, but she just tugged so hard, and I'm absolutely convinced that she's still got the same amount of ability. Unfortunately, Philip Madrid has booked Ryan Moore, and I say unfortunately because she was a big price last time. I doubt she will be this time with Ryan Moore on it. Now we go to Chepstow. Now you really could have done a whole podcast on Chepstow. There's so many interesting horses running. We're starting at 155 as Captain Simon, unbeaten in the point and bumper for Dan Skelton, and there's another one unbeaten in the point and the bumper for Paul Nichols called If You Say Run in the 230. They've both got similar form because if the horse If You Say Run beat in a point is the horse that Captain Simon beat in a bumper, and I think they're both probably going to be shortish prices. Obviously, a little bit further down, you've got Finian's Oscar. Now, he's probably going to be odds on. Well, he is odds on. In fact, he's 100 to 30 on, even though he's running against Alcala, who's run up an absolute sequence since and jumps really well. But he's only giving away £3. I wouldn't be backing Finian's Oscar at 100 to 30 on for sure, but he's a very, very exciting horse. Obviously Cheltenham, an Aintree winner. He missed the Cheltenham Festival, didn't he? And then second to Picardi's at Punchestown when he probably should have won. So he's a potential top-notcher in a race once won by Q Card. And now we've got some red-hot handicaps coming afterwards. The 3:35, I really like the look of Dino Velvet for Alan King. Alan King's absolutely flying at the moment. I think he's 6 from 17 or something in the last fortnight. Dino Velvet was 8th to Flying Tiger in the Fred Winter, but that only tells half the story because he made a horrible blunder at the 5th and dropped back to 3rd last out of the 22 runners. He was still 16th, 17th turning for home, stayed on quite strongly. I think he's well handicapped off for mark of 125. Another good handicap hurdle in the 4:10, 2 that interest me here. First of all, another Alan King, Wishing and Hoping. Tried chasing last year, fell twice on the spin, and then really eye-catch him in 3rd to stablemate with River Frost off a mark of 158 at Kempton in February. I think it'd have been closer if it had been ridden closer to the pace. Obviously, he might be going back over fences, but his mark of 128 is too low, I think.
He's 14 to 1, Kills.
He's 14 to 1. Well, that's a massive price. There's something else in it, yeah. And another 14 to 1, Sam Spinner. Sam Spinner's very interesting, trained by Jed O'Keefe, who's I think he's probably had just about his best ever flat season. Now, he said he really rated this horse, and the only time he got beat last year was by Mount Muse at Kelso. Mount Muse has gone on to win the Grade 2 hurdle at Kelso and finished second to Pinksu in a Grade 1 at Aintree, and it's just run really, really easily. And they said he's a big, big baby. He's off a mark 136, which is probably only fair, but I think he's got plenty more to come from him. There in that race. Then we've got a big handicap chase next time. Another ridiculously competitive race. Rock the Casbo's was on some people's lips for the now the Labbooks Gold Cup at Newbury in December. But the one I like here is Relentless Dreamer. For Rebecca Curtis, one after a 4-month break at Taunton by 11 lengths just here off a mark of 128. Is not much higher now, only 134. Some decent form, 7th for Tully East at the Cheltenham Festival, but I think early in the season is the time to catch him. And was there one in the last? No, there wasn't one in the last.
You're done.
Done.
What a great effort. Blimey, have a rest, Kills. You make David Jennings sound like Ryan Moore there. That was an absolute epic effort. Brendan, what's your roundup consist of?
Well, I'd be the soul of brevity compared to Paul, but I have a couple at Cork in the 2:10 Kenya, an absolute point and shoot job. Now it'll be odds on, but if you want to stick it in, if you want a banker in your your Ackers or what have you, or your Lucky 15s. Kenya is gone by. And in the 320, I wouldn't be surprised if Pincheck can step up to stakes company here. It's not the strongest race in the world, and I think that Pincheck's a horse going places.
Okay, and now Frank, what have you got for us?
Yeah, a lot of it's been mentioned already. The 450 Newmarket, I'm with Paul and Spiritual Lady. Ryan Moore's had one winner from 2 rides for McBride.
What about the Dolly? You turned your back on Quench Dolly.
No, I told you her next win. She'll win a good one again next year. I just don't think the stiff finish suits her. I think she's better on an easier track than here, but.
Okay,
yeah. I think
Spiritual
Lady. She was a little bit hampered at York, and she showed plenty. If you go back to last year, she won a listed 2-year-old race over course and distance, and she was eased up, winning a length and a half. Yeah, I think it looked like her ability remains. Ryan Moore up, it'll tell you they think she's still as good as she was. This isn't the greatest race in the world. I think she'll take a bit of beating now. Obviously, Ryan Moore on board, you won't get the price you were hoping for. In York, an old friend who nearly won us a fortune a few weeks back, Coeur de Leon, runs on the 5 o'clock at York. Obviously balloted out of the Cesarevich, but he got raised to 83 after that second Who Dares wins. I think he's probably still very fairly treated, and Alan King's in absolute blistering form. I think he'll go well. The Chepstow, obviously Finn's Oscar goes over fences. Be interested to see how he gets on. We've already started laying him for Cheltenham, so people obviously think he's a superstar in the making. But in the 335, I'm with Paul. Dino Velvet's definitely well handicapped off 125. And of course, I mentioned already, Alan King's in tremendous form. I think he would probably be a fair each way price, and I think he'd go very well. Silver Trophy, it's not a great price. I think we're about 5-1. But Bags Groove, yeah, he's gone off short a lot of his runs last year, and I think we still haven't seen the best of him. Harry Fry's in tremendous form. He had a good winner yesterday if the cap fits. I think that's one to keep an eye on for the year, but Fry's in great form. And I made reference to Bags Groove yesterday in his after-race interview. I think he might go well. And I'm with Brendan at Cork. Kenya is definitely a point-and-shoot job.
Lovely stuff. Let's get the naps.
This will not be beaten.
The mighty Brendan Duke. You go first.
Oh, thank you, Bruce. I will go in the 315 in York. Hoof it.
Hoof it. Excellent. Good old hoof it for Brendan. Who for you, Keels?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the same race at York, but name it what you like.
Name it what you like. And surprise, surprise, who are you going for, Frank Hickey?
Kempton, Newmarket, 340, withhold, smash it. This is a good thing. I know it's 34 runners, but what do they say? The bigger the field, the bigger the certainty.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Brendan. Well done, Frank there. Good luck with Withhold.